Yes, hello, and you're very welcome to the Today Show, coming live from Cork.
Now, we've got a great show lined up for you today. We meet our very final deserving candidate for our Thursday makeover. Plus, if you feel that you're stuck in a rut, you want to change in your life, we have help on hand.
We'll be finding out how the parents of a very brave little girl are battling to save her from a very rare type of cancer.
Now, on the stuff with us today is our resident psychoanalyst, Michael Murphy. Now, Michael has been with us, of course, throughout the show, all the shows this year.
He's been with us through all our dilemmas as well.
We bombarded with a little bit of stuff, I have to say, ourselves. Michael, I suppose we're talking today about the fact that people want to see the light, maybe start afresh, and I guess that's a culmination of a lot of problems we've dealt with over the season.
I would think so, and remember that we're all problem solvers. Whatever age you are, you got yourself to where you are. And if you're being stuck, it's a blockage that you can get rid of, because always we move forward.
Great, OK. We'll get a lot of questions in on that, I'm sure.
For sure. We are also joined by Michael and Jenny Lacey from Dublin and their beautiful daughter, Merryn. How you doing, guys?
Hello there.
Merryn, where did you get the lovely teddy?
It's a bunny.
It's a bunny.
Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor, the boxer. And what's the name of the bunny?
Katie. Katie Raspberry.
Katie Raspberry. And can I have Katie Raspberry?
No.
Why not?
Because she's mine.
But can I have her for a small while?
No.
Please.
You've met lots of famous people, haven't you? You've met Roy Keane as well. Remember him? He was one of those many famous people you met there, Merryn, you know, along the way.
And Jenny, not many people will recognise Roy Keane in that photo because he's actually smiling.
Exactly, I know. She said she had her magic powers that day and she made him smile.
Excuse me. I do not have magic powers.
Did you use your magic powers on Roy?
Ow.
Did you use your magic powers on Roy?
No.
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 You just smiled and he smiled back.
Of course, you are raising awareness to help your little girl, which is very, very important in this way. And so many great people, of course, so many well-known people have decided to get their shot taken. And it's really helping.
We've had the Irish rugby team and then obviously Roy and the football team the other day and Katie, of course. And yeah, it's great to have that because people obviously then are made aware then of our, our fight for to raise money for Merryn.
And we'll be chatting more about Merryn later on.
Yes, we'll be chatting to Michael as well. OK, good girl, Merryn. You're enjoying this. She loves the cameras. Now in our kitchen today, look at this, look at this. Do that again. Do that again. Come on, full of face, full of face. Do it. In our kitchen today.
Now, last August, 4-year-old Merryn Lacey was diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer.
Now, ever since then, her parents, Michael and Jenny, have been fundraising to help her get the life-saving treatment that she needs. You're very welcome to the show. Of course, we met you at the top. And we met, of course, your lovely daughter at the top of the show as well. Neuroblastoma. This is a rare form of cancer that she has. It's probably put on the map, I suppose, by Lily Mayer, the tiny dancer, and that's the form she has as well. Tell us about it and when you first discovered it.
Well, it's a cancer of the nervous system and it's generally found in, babies or children under, preschool going age. So Merryn has it in her main tumour is in her right kidney. But it's moved to her bone, it's also in her bone marrow and she has it in her bones as well, which makes it stage 4 high risk.
Wow.
It was last August, we were on holidays and in London and she was just lethargic, she just wasn't herself, and she'd gone off her food and wanted carried around a lot, had pains in her tummy that she had had for a couple of weeks, So when we came back, we made an appointment with the doctor on the Friday morning and she just said, look, I can see you're overly concerned. I can see that there's something else, you're not happy that it's maybe just a bug or a little infection. So we went straight into Temple Street at that stage. And
Michael, this came out of the blue, really, didn't it? Because everything was fine up until then, until she started complaining of tummy pains and
stuff. Just a normal 4-year-old, just bouncing around. And even looking back at pictures during the summer, there's nothing we could have seen. No way we could have caught this earlier, and it was just total shock. Our kind of world fell apart,
Yeah, it's such a shock as well when you know nothing about this. And I suppose you're only down the road a little bit with this and you're still learning. Now, I know she's had a lot of chemo.
Yeah, she actually finished her 12th round of chemo there.
Hard for an adult,
3
but
weeks
imagine
ago.
for a child.
I know. But, in saying that, she's been so resilient, she's been so strong through it all, and we have to get her strength from her. But yeah, 12 rounds of chemo and waiting on. We're having scans next week, so we'll find out where we go from there.
She is great crack, Michael.
Yeah,
She has been here for the last few hours, and you know what? I think she has drawn a smile from everyone here.
And she's very confident. I know you guys were saying, you know what, we're here, and I know you feel like you've got to do this because you've got to raise some money, because we'll talk about the cost now of all this in a minute. But the reality is, she's the kind of child that, it seems to us anyway, that she kind of likes the limelight, but she's got a big personality.
She likes attention, and she's like being social
She's
and
a
meeting
social,
people as well. So that's kind
yeah.
of helps.
Just to put this in context, this, so far, her treatment has cost €200,000. That is all she is eligible for. Now, you're looking at another $500,000 for why you're trying to fundraise. Tell us why you're trying to.
The reason, like, the treatment that she has, which she'll have at the moment, is kind of frontline treatment, and she will have that in Crumlin for possibly another year. After that, with the high rate of relapse with neuroblastoma, 70%, we want to be proactive and kind of attack this on the front foot. So with relapse, there's very few options if she was ever to relapse in Ireland. So that would take us to the US or Germany or somewhere like that. But there's a particular trial at the moment in the US called DFMO drug, and this is the one that actually Lily May herself is on at the moment. So it acts as a blocker to kind of build up your kind of resistance towards any potential relapse. So
and that's what costs $500,000.
Well, that actually costs between 150 and 200,000.
But the whole lot.
But if we were looking at relapse, easily €500,000. It's like, and that just scares the life out of us.
Now, Jenny, as we mentioned earlier on, there she met Katie Taylor. But Katie gave you a very special present.
Yes, her family gave the Olympic torch.
Wow.
Gave the Olympic torch.
Gave the Olympic torch.
So you can raffle it off.
So we can raffle it off. So we can auction it off. We haven't decided how exactly to go about that, because obviously we want to do it in the right way. But we were just amazed by that gesture. You know, they just went home after meeting her one day and said, "What can we do?" And Bridget, her mum, said, "Look, you know, this is what we'll do."
What an amazing! And people have been, like, you've met the Irish rugby team, the guys, Paul O'Connell, we see Rob Kearney and the rest of them here. I mean, really, to be honest about things, have you been surprised by people's generosity and the openness to these photographs to help you put her case out there?
The response and the support from everybody's just been amazing. Do you know, it's just it's very overwhelming as well. Do you know, but the idea was just to get her, you know, a couple of pictures with people and kind of just generate interest and awareness, and it has worked, you know.
And she's had a horse named after her by Ger Lyons.
Yeah, that was a fantastic day out. You know, that was for, I mean, a lot of these things are, as Michael says, to kind of raise, you know, the publicity and to raise people's awareness of Merryn and neuroblastoma. But that was a fantastic day. We went down to Glenburnie Stables, and Ger and his wife Lynn were just gorgeous.
Merryn's Moo, I believe.
Merryn Moo, Merryn Moo.
So
we're going to have word when it's running later on in the year.
Yes, I would certainly be taking note of that
and
backing Merryn's Moo if I see Merryn's Moo running at all.
Brilliant. It is a terrible journey that you're on in one way, but I mean, she is very positive, as you said, very resilient little girl. We've only met her. We've only met her for a couple of hours.
She just lit the whole place up. When she came into the studio earlier on, she just lit the whole place up.
She's been slagging us on everything.
Yeah, she won't give me that teddy either.
No, she won't. You're such a baby to ask for it. Guys, thank you so much for coming in, and the best of luck with that. Of course, if you want to help support Merryn Lacey, you can go to merrynlacey.com. Also, facebook.com/Merryn Lacey. We're also going to put all the details on our own Facebook page.
Brilliant, thank you. Thanks very much.